from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. It is Thursday, May 30th, and we begin this morning talking about the Rustic, pretty popular business up at the Rim Shopping Center on the northwest side.
Yeah, it kind of caught a lot of people off guard yesterday, including Mark here, that the Rustic over at the Rim had closed its doors. The Rustic is a popular northwest side bar and concert hall.
That's right. So a note was posted out on the door outside saying that the restaurant is looking towards a quote-unquote bright future with a quote vision to relocate. And the letter goes on to say that the restaurant's owners cited ongoing road construction near the area as the reason for closing.
The owners say they're exploring other areas with the goal of relocating to a quote more accessible and vibrant location. You can read the full letter right now on KSAT.com.
So this story got a lot of reaction on social media, and it looks like some people really didn't mind that the business was closing its doors.
Yeah, so Nelda Z said, quote, "The concept is cool. I never went for the food. I hope another establishment moves into the space with better food and drinks."
Laura W. said they need to improve food and service before thinking of relocating. It was fun at the beginning, but not so much recently.
And Danny S. said, "Rent was probably insane, LOL. There were some people that were sad to see the business close suddenly. But again, most of the viewer comments we had on our Facebook page didn't really seem to mind."
There are also jokes about Fred's Fish Fry still being open and that Spirit Halloween might be moving into that location, none of which that can be confirmed at all.
Hey, anything is possible.
Spirit are opportunists. I mean, they'll jump into a big space pretty quick.
They find it and they'll get there, yeah.
So we haven't heard any more on where the Rustic might relocate, or more importantly, what will happen to that big space now over at the Rim.
But we do love the comments, so keep them coming. We love hearing your feedback on all of our social pages.
Let's go outside with live cam right now. 81 degrees out at the airport. Justin, good morning to you, sir.
Spirit Halloween's just like, a few months away from starting theirs.
They're in the background.
Yes.
Their hands.
Yes, they are. As we look outside for you there, you see some clouds. It's a humid morning. And we're going to see a pretty humid afternoon. The big question will be what happens tonight. Let me first start with the satellite and radar loop. And what we're watching are those storms up there across parts of the Texas Panhandle in north central Texas. Some of that energy may eventually spill south as we get into tonight. It's another one of those situations where we got to keep an eye on what's going on to our north and west. And it's not a guaranteed slam dunk forecast as far as rain for us. But there is potential there. This is the severe weather risk. It's highest up there around Lubbock and up towards Midland, Odessa. You go north and east of there. That's where storms are a pretty good bet. We also are underneath at least a slight risk, a 1 on a scale of 5, maybe a 2 for folks in the hill country. And that's because of those storms that may potentially work their way in our direction tonight. So let me walk you through the forecast for today. 89 noontime, we'll go partly cloudy. Then we begin to add in some rain chances as early as, say, 4 or 5 o'clock. Temperatures will be in the mid-90s. Keep in mind, heat index values will be 100 plus. Then rain chances go up a little bit. Right now, we're shooting for a 30% chance of rain. Severe weather possible, some pockets of heavy rain, too. We're going to talk all about this. We'll look at some of the computer models and let you know how long rain chances hang around. It's coming up in just a few minutes. Let's get over to RJ now and see how things are looking on the road this morning. Good morning.
All right, Justin. Yeah, things looking pretty good for the most part across the city of San Antonio. Earlier today, we saw a lot of activity on 90 eastbound, but a lot of those incidents have been cleared out. What we're looking at right now is 37 northbound right there at Cesar Chavez. So we've had this stalled vehicle there for about half an hour on the Commerce Street exit, actually, and we are still seeing traffic get through that area. So again, if you're making your way up on 37 northbound right now, just be careful. Looks like that stalled vehicle is going to be sticking around there for some time. As we take a look at our maps here, and you see just kind of generally the downtown area, a lot of congestion for all of our traffic coming in on 35 up to the downtown at the Y area. And we also have a crash being reported on South Alamo Street at the Blue Star area. So keep that one in mind if you're headed out in the Southtown part of downtown and all of that area in that. There we go. All right, so we have a stalled vehicle being reported at I-10 East at Callahan Road on the northwest side, not causing too many delays right now for all of our drivers. 410 still seems to be causing a little bit of a backup there if you are headed out on the northwest side of town. Southwest side, we have a stalled vehicle on Loop 410. This is going to be the eastbound lanes right there at Somerset Road, but traffic is getting through there. This is going to be for all of our drivers making their way to Highway 16, the Poteet-Jertonton Freeway. So want to give you a quick look here at some inbound traffic times, mostly because if you're coming in from Seguin right now, I-10 westbound right there in the Zool Road area, that has been shut down now. There's some ongoing construction there, so that's basically a daily operation now taking place there for all of our drivers coming in from Seguin. It's going to take you about 50 minutes coming in if you're on the far east side of Bexar County, and 30 minutes right now from New Braunfels, 22 from Bulverde, and 26 out there in the Hill Country if you're coming in from the Bernie area. That's a quick check of traffic. Mark, Sarah, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ.
Here's today's 9 at 9.
Daniel Garcia was found guilty of fatally beating his ex-girlfriend's 5-year-old son. Dominic Aguilar Acevedo died here in San Antonio before his mother and Garcia took his body to Colorado and dumped him in a ravine. A judge will decide Garcia's punishment in August, where he could face anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison.
San Antonio police have released body cam footage of the deadly shooting at Fiesta de los Reyes during the final weekend of Fiesta. Officers opened fire as they say 2 suspects shot at each other in a crowd of people. The video was from the body cameras of 2 separate officers who SAPD says did not fire their weapons that night.
Jury deliberations continue in former President Donald Trump's hush money trial. 12 New Yorkers are deciding whether Trump falsified business records to hide a payout to adult film actress Stormy Daniels to keep her quiet about an affair during the 2016 election.
American Airlines is missing the boat on business travel. The company's CEO now says changes it made during the pandemic to the ways businesses would book flights have backfired. While other airlines saw a roughly 14% bump in the corporate travel in the first quarter, American Airlines says it didn't see the same boost. Its stock price went down more than 13% yesterday.
Walgreens is slashing prices to lure back shoppers turned off by high prices. Yesterday, the company announced it's cutting prices on over 1,500 items online and in stores. The price cuts apply to both name brands and store brands. Walgreens joins other big retailers like Walmart, Target, and Amazon that have also lowered prices.
Visa and MasterCard have agreed to pay nearly $200 million to settle a class action lawsuit over the fees customers pay to get cash from ATMs. The deal still has to be approved by a judge.
The San Antonio water system expects it will end up repairing the same or more leaks as last year when it broke its own record. SAWS is aging cast iron and cement pipes to
The body's immune system to attack the small intestine if gluten is consumed.
Gluten is found in wheat products, from bread to fried foods to pasta and sweet treats.
All the good stuff, of course. So in honor of Celiac Awareness Month, I take you to some local spots where those with celiacs or a gluten intolerance or sensitivity can still enjoy delicious food without worrying about getting sick.
Having celiac disease or a gluten sensitivity can make eating out frustrating, and sometimes you miss eating the fun stuff like everyone else. But here are some delicious spots in San Antonio that make gluten-free foods. These restaurants tout themselves as gluten-friendly, and they do their best to not have any cross-contamination. But none can say they are 100% gluten-free, since other products that have gluten are present in their facilities. We're at Gigi's Cupcakes, where you can get daily gluten-friendly brownies, stuffed cookies, cupcake options, and custom cakes. Let's check it out. Daily gluten-friendly cupcake flavors include wedding cake, triple chocolate torte, and a seasonal flavor, which right now is strawberry shortcake. A gluten-friendly flour blend is used in cupcakes and cakes, which can be customized to many more flavors. Call ahead 2 to 3 days in advance for custom cupcakes and 2 weeks for cakes.
And the best part is, you don't lose any flavor. Now we're gonna try Sticks and Stones. It's a Tex-Mex Asian fusion restaurant that's completely dedicated to being gluten-friendly. Let's check it out.
Owner and chef Leo Davila says dedicating Sticks and Stone to being gluten-friendly was a personal choice.
My little sister Michelle, who's our front of the house manager, our GM, she's celiac. And then I got diagnosed with a wheat sensitivity.
My favorite part is that this whole menu, everything is gluten-friendly.
I wanted to get back to eating food that I enjoyed eating growing up, and that was a lot of Asian food, which has a lot of soy sauce, and even a lot of Mexican food has a lot of flour. So we just wanted to find a creative way to cook to bring back those same flavor profiles in a different, new and fun way.
Davila has worked many years perfecting his dishes that aren't just good for being gluten-free.
Gluten-free has a bad rap, and you hear gluten-free and automatically you just see people's faces turned or body language change. And what we're trying to do is showcase that you can have a good meal without the addition of gluten.
Add salt to the sandwich, please, and make spicy.
Craving fried chicken? Good, because now we are headed to Freight Fried Chicken in the Pearl, which is owned by James Beard nominated chef Nicola Black, who also owns the Jerk Shack and former Mi Roti. Chef Nicola created the concept of Freight Fried Chicken in honor of Black women who cooked and sold fried chicken and paved the way for future Black entrepreneurs like herself. She says it was her customers that requested gluten-free fried chicken.
But if you could make gluten-free fried chicken for us, and the only way to do it was we had to go all the way or no way. We only have 2 fryers back there, and so I just made the commitment to make all of our fried chicken and everything that goes in our fryer to be gluten-free.
At Freight Fried Chicken, you can enjoy gluten-friendly fried chicken, chicken fingers, and even sides like potato salads and chamoy pickles.
Sharing our love of obviously frying chicken, but being able to, cater to a community that hasn't been able to enjoy fried chicken in a long time.
If you want a couple more places where you can find delicious gluten-friendly options, look for the story on KSAT.com.
Awesome.
Yeah, I listed several places where you can get sandwiches, my favorite pizza. I have a gluten intolerance, and so over the last 2 years, I've done research, and I found my favorite spot, so check it out.
Awesome. Thank you. 9:10, 81 degrees, still ahead on GMSA at 9.
High school started off rough for one senior at Holy Cross, but thanks to her family and support of her school community, she graduated on a high note and has big plans for herself. I'll introduce you to today's great graduate after the break.
We have late breaking news here at KSAT 12. Reports of a structure fire in the Mankey Park area on San Antonio's near north side.
Yeah, to give you an idea of where this is near off of Broadway, right across from the street from the Museum parking lot, believed to be possibly a old duplex. Our Erica Hernandez is on scene. Erica, what do you know so far?
Sarah, Mark, this is still a very active scene. Firefighters are still trying to actively put out this fire. Just as we got here a couple minutes ago, we could still see flames coming out. We're being told this could possibly be an abandoned home, but the homes and the structures around it were also in danger of this fire, so that's why it went to a 2-alarm fire. This is still all preliminary information. Nobody has come to talk to us yet. As far as injuries, we don't know. We heard there may have been a woman that may have had to been evaluated for smoke inhalation, but again, this is still a very active scene. There are multiple units out here, and just to give you kind of some perspective where we're at, Broadway is just about a block down from here. We're right behind the Museum parking lot. There are several structures here you can see. Again, a very active fire. We'll be here to find out what's going on and see if there's anybody affected, and hopefully there is no injuries reported. We'll try to get back with you guys soon in a little bit if we get more information. Mark, Sarah?
Erica, thank you very much. And she was talking about how active it is. It's been a while since I've seen this many fire units listed on the dispatch page. 32 fire units out there on the scene, but it looks like they are making some progress on that structure fire right off of Broadway in the Mankey Park neighborhood.
I know it's summer, so a lot of families are probably going to the Museum. So if you're in that area trying to get to the parking lot, just be aware.
You're going to have some company.
Right. It's right by the Potbelly sandwiches and the Good Time Charlie's restaurant, right in that area.
That same general area.
See a lot going on. That's what's happening.
We'll keep you updated. Justin's here now with a look at our Practice Friday forecast.
Practice Friday, I like that. Yes, the drought monitor is out. It is Practice Friday, and that's when drought monitors come out. We get them on Thursday mornings, and we can take a look at where we have our lack of rainfall, where we need rainfall across the state. And it may come as no surprise to you that it is right here across south central Texas where the drought is at its worst. Most of West Texas dealing with at least a little bit of drought. There is some extreme drought as you get out towards Marfa and El Paso. But it's been this area right here that has just continually been under drought conditions. And I'll tell you, we did get some good rain a couple nights ago. This may help to eat into the drought a little bit, but as of now, showing extreme drought there for the hill country. San Antonio still in a moderate drought. Bottom line, as we always say, we could use some more rain. Could we get some this evening? Here's the latest severe weather risk, and the highest risk for severe weather today will be up across the Texas Panhandle, north central Texas, where on a scale of 1 to 5, we're talking about a 3. That's where storms will get started. Now, where they end up is the big question. I think some of these storms could work in our direction a little bit later tonight, and for that reason, we do have a risk for severe weather, low wind risk, 1 to 2 out of 5 here around San Antonio. Let me show you the big picture here. Showers and storms have already kind of taken shape here across the Red River region. We've got some storms just southeast of Amarillo, around Wichita Falls. These will work towards Dallas a little bit later this morning. But again, it's in this area, this energy, that may eventually will work in our direction. So this is around 5 o'clock. We're also going to watch storms that develop out in West Texas. And it shows that without flow boundaries, some of these storms may work in our general direction by the overnight hours and even into early Friday morning, depending on how these hold together. And then by midday, we will get a break in the action and then maybe a few more storms tomorrow afternoon. Now, as I've been saying the last couple of days, with this kind of pattern, it is really tough to kind of nail down the timing and the location. But I think rain chances are going to be a little elevated overnight tonight. The severe storm threat, if we do see them, would be gusty winds and hail. And that's something we'll be watching. Flooding is a little lower threat, and obviously tornadoes are on the very low end of things. How much rain could we see? These are rough estimates, okay, but we're thinking maybe a ½ inch here in San Antonio if we're lucky. The bigger totals will be off to the north and east where we see those storms kind of hold together a little bit better. We'll be on the tail end of the southwest end of things if we do see some of those showers and storms. There's a look outside. Still some clouds this morning, 81 right now in San Antonio. In the forecast for today, Texas up to 89 by noontime. We top out at 95. There's a 20% chance of rain this afternoon. Then we bring that up to a 30% chance by, say, 8, 9 o'clock, and we'll keep that going during the overnight hours to account for any of those storms. As far as the heat index, well, we can't let our guard down when it comes to the heat. It'll feel like 102 late this afternoon. A lot of places will see heat indices above 100, so you still got to be careful in that regard. Our extended forecast. So we'll put in a 30% chance tonight, again tomorrow night, and then by Saturday, rain chances start to come down, and I think we'll see a quieter pattern Sunday through Tuesday with another small chance of rain showing up on Wednesday.
All right, Justin, thank you very much. Again, back out to our late breaking news. We're tracking a structure fire just off of Broadway in the 1100 block of East Mulberry. This is an area kind of behind Good Time Charlie's restaurant.
Yeah, this is the Mankey Park neighborhood. Believe it's an old duplex. Haven't gotten that confirmed yet. And I was just listening to Erica Hernandez. She's live on Instagram. She's saying it's not confirmed if anyone was injured. 32 units responding to this fire. She said nearby buildings had to be evacuated for fear of the spread of the fire. There's a lot of trees in that area, and those old buildings are very close to each other.
And even though we got a ton of fire units out there, we still see quite a bit of smoke. And although it happens, it is rare for a structure fire to go to 2 alarms here in San Antonio. We don't see it that often. So this was a very big deal when it was dispatched just a little while ago. But we do have a crew on the scene. We're going to continue to get some updated information for you. By the way, the call went out at 8:36 this morning. So we're approaching almost 1 hour since the call first came out.
Again, this is off of Broadway, right behind the Doozium parking lot area. As soon as we get information about if anyone was in that home or if anyone was injured, we'll bring it to you live on air and online. We'll be right back.
Employers who have seen the value in hiring high school students and providing them interest and exposure to future careers that are right here in San Antonio.
A local summer internship program has been connecting hundreds of high school students with major local employers. And this year they're looking to add even more companies and organizations to their program.
Tiffany Huertas explores some of the internship opportunities at Greater SATX and shows us how it's changing students' lives.
I always learn something new every day I went in.
Jennifer Garcia interned at Greater SATX, a private public nonprofit dedicated to growing quality and high-wage jobs in the San Antonio area.
I learned to communicate better, and my time management skills were definitely better, which helped me.
Greater SATX launched a summer internship program in 2015. It provides students with real-world experiences and career exploration opportunities.
We at Greater SATX have been running this program under our SA Works umbrella of workforce programs with high school students now going on our 8th year.
Romanita Mata Barrera with Greater SATX says they work closely with school districts and employers in our area to bring internship opportunities to high school students.
What type of industries can these high school students experience?
We've run the full gamut, the full spectrum, from an office environment in a marketing or digital marketing capacity to supporting someone in an HR department, as well as large, very large companies like USAA and their cybersecurity.
More than 1,000 interns have participated in the program since its inception.
They're paid, and that's really important. Again, we know a lot of our youth are working, and we have a lot of youth who have financial needs, and so we've calculated last year over $500,000 economic impact to youth salaries through our internship program alone.
Last year, 30 employers participated in the summer internship program.
During the summer, the Wesley Health and Wellness Center transforms into a camp for kids. Interns will have the opportunity to work here.
This year, our 9th year, we are going to host 41 internships in the various departments of Methodist Healthcare Ministries. We have our corporate headquarters here at the Wesley Health and Wellness Center and at the Dixon Health and Wellness Center.
Students will get paid about $15 hourly and work 40 hours a week.
We do know that students need an opportunity to explore the various areas of healthcare, not just the clinical sides, but there's also the business side of healthcare. And so we want to allow the students in this 7-week internship program to go out there and get mentored from our healthcare professionals.
Greater SATX invites other companies to join this program.
We are here ready to partner with you to ensure that San Antonio's youth is ready to be your future talent here.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
9:27. There's a lot more ahead on GMSA at 9.
Okay, Swifties, listen up. There's a new trend of Swifties making the trip overseas to see Taylor Swift in action, and one of those fans is traveling from San Antonio to Germany. How all this is coming at a time where fans are at war with Ticketmaster.
Plus, judges have a lot of stories about the so-called not-so-savvy people they run into every single day. We'll share this Michigan judge's latest encounter coming up in a few minutes, and it's pretty funny. Stay tuned.
Well, navigating high school during a pandemic and then losing her father made the first few years at Holy Cross difficult for Danica Gonzalez. Fortunately, she had the support of her mother and her Holy Cross community to help lift her up and finish high school on a strong note. Now she has some big plans for her life. Danica is today's great graduate.
It's very, very hard because he doesn't get to be at my graduation, so it's hard.
Holy Cross senior Danica Gonzalez lost her father to COVID her freshman year of high school. She says not only was she navigating how to handle high school and online pandemic education, but losing her father, who she calls her best friend, was devastating.
My mom helped me through a lot. It was very, very hard for me.
She says she would lock herself in her room for hours and cry, but her mother helped her heal.
I didn't want to talk to anyone. Like, I just wouldn't be by myself. But she was like my rock to lean on.
And with the support of her family and Holy Cross community, Danica began to thrive. She tried out for the golf team, inspired by her father, who was an avid golfer. Post-pandemic, her family started to travel again, taking her father's picture with them so he could be part of their adventures.
My mom works for American, and my brother works for Delta. So we fly across the world every summer, and like for Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Seeing her family work in the airline industry, she wants to do the same, but as a pilot, breaking down barriers as a Latina female commercial airlines pilot.
It's cool to see other girls that are pilots flying a plane. It doesn't have to be a guy. It doesn't have to be an older man. It could be an older woman. It could be a young girl.
Danica is a family-first kind of girl. Even when she is successful, she says her dream is to be able to support her mother because it was her mother who supported her during her hardest time.
I hope I see myself here with the house, with helping my mom financially. If she ever needs something, just taking care of my mom because she takes care of me.
We want to get back to that late-breaking news. There is a big fire with 32 units at one point on the 1100 block of East Mulberry Avenue. This is right off of Broadway, right behind the doozy, and we believe it's an old duplex.
All right, so the call came out just about an hour ago and went to 2 alarms. Let's get an update from Erica Hernandez, who's live out there on the scene. Erica.
Hey, Mark and Sarah, as you can see, the fire has been pretty much knocked down. We just spoke to the fire public information officer who told us that this fire started around 8:38 this morning. They got the call. But this structure, an abandoned home, had been deemed a dangerous structure. That is why it went to a 2-alarm fire, because they didn't want to put any firefighters in danger. So they were able to attack it from above and from in front of it with several different apparatuses that they have here. The fire is out, but they did have to evacuate the buildings that are surrounding it. There was an elderly woman in the home next door that had to be taken out and is currently being checked on for smoke inhalation, but I'm being told that it looks like she will be okay. This at one point was a 2-alarm fire. Just to kind of give you some perspective, we're like 2 blocks from Broadway, just behind the Museum parking lot. This street, East Mulberry, will be closed for the time being. They don't have a time frame willing to reopen again. This 2-alarm fire has now been knocked down. It was deemed a dangerous structure. They do not know cause yet. They don't know what's gonna, if there was anybody inside. A neighbor told me that they did see homeless frequently go in and out of the structure. So hopefully there was nobody inside at the time that this fire started, but they have not swept through the whole structure yet, so they could find out if there was anybody inside or if it was just completely empty. So for now, the fire is out. Firefighters are now just kind of checking for hot spots. We will have an update at noon on this structure fire and have more on KSAT.com. Mark and Sarah.
Erica, thank you. And thankfully, this happened earlier in the day when it's only about 82 degrees.
Yeah, when the firefighters are out there fighting something like that, it can get really, really hot real quick. But Justin, it's another humid day, lots of cloud cover.
You're right, and humidity has come back in a big way. So we had kind of a one-day reprieve, if you want to call it that, slightly lower humidity. Today, the humidity is back up. That's evident with the clouds that we have out there. I want to talk about pollen count real quick. Molds have dropped to the moderate category to 820, so they were a little higher yesterday. Rainfall kicked them up, and now we're seeing these come back down. But with the threat of some rainfall tonight, molds may stay elevated. So if that's something that bugs you, know that molds are kind of the main issue right now. Also want to look at air quality. Everything's moderate, which is fine. We can deal with moderate. It's where it gets into that orange color, which is unhealthy for those who are sensitive. We're not seeing any of that, at least not yet. But air quality a little bit worse than it was yesterday. We've had a pretty rough stretch here with some of that smoke coming in from Mexico. But again, today's okay. If you're heading down to the beach, maybe you're heading down to Rockport or Port A, here's the forecast for the weekend. 91 both days. There is a chance for a few isolated showers and storms Saturday, mostly sunny on Sunday. The bays will be choppy and seas anywhere from 4 to 5 feet. And look at the water temperature. 84 to 86 degrees. It's already pretty warm and probably going to get warmer from here on out. We're going to talk about our rain chances here locally coming up here in just a couple minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin. In your morning headlines, cutting-edge technology is finally coming to wound care in the form of so-called smart bandages. Wall Street Journal Future of Everything podcast was first to highlight how researchers are developing bandages filled with tiny sensors which can detect how a wound is healing. Researchers say it would be a game changer for people with diabetes, which often stalls wound healing. Many smart bandages have shown promising results in lab tests, but they're still years away from hitting the market.
The doctor can give a little zap of electricity that can help promote healing. The doctor can open a tiny little valve in the bandage to release some kind of an ointment or a cream. There are for sure some technical challenges, but really when I talk to experts, what they talk about is more the financial challenges. You have to convince Medicare, you have to convince insurance companies to pay for this. You have to figure out how it's going to be paid for. Really, that's the big challenge ahead.
One bandage is being tested with humans and is expected to take 18 months. It would then need FDA approval.
Okay, so you know how some people just don't have any shame or care when it comes to following the law. And our latest example is of a man from Michigan who was taking part in a court hearing on Zoom for his suspended license while he was driving.
While he was driving. We can't make it up. Take a look at this.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving. And he didn't have a license. I don't even know why he would do that. So defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant is to turn himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond. Thank you.
The judge is like, we're done.
Oh my God, it's just like
absolutely.
His face.
Some of the strangest things judges have to deal with. So we're told after this, the man was booked into the local jail that night and then was eventually released on bond. He has a new court date next week. Have no idea, but he's got to figure out transportation for that upcoming court date.
Hope so.
I saw stuff like this happen during the pandemic because of all the Zoom proceedings.
Right.
This is one of the rare ones post-pandemic.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of questions.
All right, shifting gears, let's talk about Swifties like Sarah Costa.
Yep. So I went to the Eras Tour in Arlington in April of last year.
Okay.
So it was like maybe like her third location, and I was able to get tickets relatively cheap. I was touching the wall. It was like nosebleed.
How cheap is cheap? Like under $100?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But then we looked at resale value. I think it was $75, and we could have resold them for like over $600. This is like I could touch the wall so like far back.
Absolutely. All right. So you may have seen on social media and on the news about how Swifties are making the trip now overseas to see the Eras Tour because it's actually, they say, cheaper to fly to another country to see the concert than to see it here in the U.S.
And it comes as Texas joins what fans are calling the Great War, I like that, against Ticketmaster and its parent company, Live Nation.
Texas and the feds are accusing the ticket distribution company of suffocating the competition and driving up prices.
Danielle Ibarra spoke with one Swiftie who is heading to Germany from San Antonio to finally see her favorite artist.
Rainbow beads cover the invisible string tying Taylor Swift fans together.
I'm making Enchanted, which is one of my favorite songs.
Mia Garza White can't wait to hand these friendship bracelets out this summer at the Eras Tour.
How many do you plan to make? As many as I have time for. My husband and I will probably spend some time making them together before or maybe on the plane.
And they'll have plenty of crafting time on board.
So where are you going to go see Taylor Swift? In Geisenkirchen, Germany. Very excited.
So why not go see Taylor Swift at one of the U.S. dates?
I did originally want to go see her at one of the U.S. states, and I did try to get tickets. However, it didn't work out. The tickets were too expensive. It was too difficult to get tickets.
That's why Texas is joining the feds in suing Live Nation and Ticketmaster, accusing them of monopolizing the concert industry. Resale prices to see Taylor Swift in the U.S. are high. The cheapest we found is around $1,600 in New Orleans.
And our tickets in Germany are, I think, like in the $300 range.
The whole industry has been seeing people going to Europe for Taylor Swift this summer.
Jacob Tyler with the San Antonio International Airport says the aviation industry is seeing more people gig tripping.
Yeah, why not be able to get a cheaper ticket Taylor Swift and also have a European trip all tied in for the same price as going to see it in the United States.
Mia and her husband plan to take the airport's new direct flight to Europe.
We're able to literally fall asleep in San Antonio and then wake up the next morning in Frankfurt, which is huge. It's going to make a huge difference for us.
It's loyalty reaching new heights.
I hope that other people get the opportunity to go to the concerts that they want to go to and have the affordability and accessibility to do so.
Daniela Ibarra.
Very cute.
KSAT 12 News.
Now, in a statement, Live Nation says increasing production costs, artist popularity, and ticket scalping are what's responsible for the higher ticket prices. They also say the lawsuit won't reduce prices or any of those outrageous service fees. And somebody just made a discovery here in the studio.
Okay, Justin Horn gave me a friendship bracelet. It says Cruel Summer on it. I don't know if he was busy making the friendship bracelets, because I know he's a huge Taylor Swift fan, but he just handed me one. It says Cruel Summer.
I think maybe it was one of Mia Garza White's rainbow beads bracelets in Daniela's story.
Okay,
that's my hunch.
well, I thought maybe I'm going to stick with Justin. Was busy under, in the Weather Center making Taylor Swift friendship bracelets. Look, he says he's so embarrassed.
It would make sense for a meteorologist to predict a cruel summer.
Yeah, no, well, there you go. It's true. And it's probably accurate. Sorry.
Big Swiftie over there, that guy.
Time now, 9:43, 82 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back. As we look at temperatures across the state of Texas, we do have some cooler weather up across the Texas Panhandle. Sorry. 63 right now here in Amarillo, 70 in Lubbock, 82 here in San Antonio. I work with some funny people, that's all I can say. 82 Waco, 75 in Dallas. The cooler weather courtesy of some thunderstorms up across parts of North Texas, as these storms have kind of taken shape here and they're moving off to the east and southeast. This is some of the energy we may eventually see tonight. We're going to watch what happens to our north and northwest as some of these storms may eventually work their way in our direction. It's not a guarantee, but it's something to watch. We saw that the other night, right? So here's a look at the futurecast, and it takes those storms we see this morning off to the east, but we see new development across parts of the hill country, and then this will eventually slide south, some of this activity, and we think that by tomorrow morning we could see some showers and storms here in San Antonio. Again, something to watch as we get later into today. So let's look at the potential rainfall totals, and I went right past it. How much rain could we see out of all this? Maybe half an inch here in San Antonio. These are very rough estimates. But we do know that the lower totals will be off to the west and southwest, and then the higher numbers off to the northeast, where places like Austin could pick up quite a bit of rain depending on how all of this evolves. So let's go outside for you. 82 here in San Antonio, 84 in New Braunfels, 82 in Seguin, 79 Bernie, 80 in Kerrville. Already a warm morning, very humid. We've got the clouds for now, which are going to help for a little while, but once those clouds go away, then we will see some very warm temperatures this afternoon. And you can see the clouds are pretty widespread here. They're thicker as you go off to the west. And we've got breaks here around San Antonio and off to the east. Dew points in the 70s. So dew points have come up pretty significantly. 75 Pleasanton, 73 in San Antonio. If you remember yesterday, we had dew points in the 60s. So that's a little bit of a change. With this thick humidity around, and again with those storms coming in, if we can get some of those storms to take shape, then we could see some pockets of heavy rain too, which would be fantastic. 102, that's what it will feel like this afternoon when you factor in that humidity. Heat indices will be in the hundreds around the area, so we can't forget about the heat either. It's still very much a problem. And I think we're going to see heat index values well into the triple digits through the weekend. So 30% chance of rain tonight. We'll see that again tomorrow night too. And then a 20% chance Saturday. And then from there, rain chances start to fall off. We'll be in the upper 90s Monday and Tuesday with another small chance of rain on Wednesday. We'll be right back.
It's always a fun day to go to the zoo. We're checking out flamingo cam, and a lot of them in the water.
Look at the one flamingo on the right doing like a happy dance.
Oh, look at him. They're dancing.
Do you see that one?
Yes. Yeah,
As he shuffles off to this.
Yeah, he got embarrassed. He didn't know that we were live.
Of all the times we've taken that, I've never seen that kind of behavior out of the flamingos. Well, speaking of animals, 6 months after a particularly sad day in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. is about to get back one of its main attractions.
Yeah, since November 8th last year, the Smithsonian's National Zoo has been without one of its special animal friends. But as ABC's Danny New reports, that's about to change.
During a fiery election year, the residents of Washington can at least all probably agree on one piece of good news this week.
We are welcoming giant pandas back to our nation's capital.
The pandas are back! 6 months after the Smithsonian National Zoo's contract with the Chinese government expired, the world learned Wednesday that 2 new pandas, Bao Li and Qing Bao, should be barrel rolling into our capital by the end of the year.
Join us. It's official.
In addition to a press conference Wednesday morning, the zoo also released a video announcement featuring First Lady Dr. Jill Biden. That cameo was actually fitting since First Lady Pat Nixon played a key role in the arrival of pandas as a gift from China back in 1972.
The pandas are coming back!
And in the past half-century since, the pandas have become integral to DC's culture, like this local bakery that has still been selling panda cake pops and cookies.
We are super, super excited, and honestly, we never gave up faith.
Well, these pandas keep with the tradition since Bao Li's mother, Bao Bao, was born in Washington.
Ready, close, report.
Of course, there are many political questions here about what this means for the U.S. and China's reportedly strained relationship. China's ambassador to the U.S. was present at the press conference, referring to the pandas as, quote, envoys of friendship.
I encourage everyone to care for China-U.S. relations, just as you care for pandas.
But hey, regardless of political implications, what we can say for sure is that millions of visitors and panda lovers are quite happy this week.
We enjoyed seeing the pandas while they were here, and I have a new generation that wanted to see the pandas.
And the terms of the deal are apparently pretty similar to last time, where any cubs that are born over here had to be moved to China by the age of 4. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
Now, when they left D.C., this was a big thing. The local stations covered their departure, followed the motorcade all the way out to the airport. FedEx had a plane that was designed as Air Panda 1.
Oh, that's right.
So now they get to welcome them back.
Is it the same pandas that are coming back?
Different ones, younger ones.
It's like, that's a lot, you know, for these pandas.
Whole new crew of pandas.
Oh, happy to have the pandas back.
Do we know what a group of pandas is called? They always, all the animals have special names. I don't know what it is.
You can't just say that and then us.
I know. I should Google this before I say something.
How many seconds do we have? Okay, I'm going to Google
17.
that.
We'll do
16,
final weather really quick.
15.
We have a chance for storms tonight and another chance coming up tomorrow night. Keep an eye on the KSAT weather app and we'll keep you posted. What'd you find out?
It's called an embarrassment. A group of pandas is called an embarrassment.